what's going on, everyone? So I'm getting pretty pumped up with these upcoming UFC bouts. So we've got UFC 266 coming up, Volkonovsky versus Ortega. Volkonovsky coming off those two impressive but close victories against Max Holloway. So they were really eye-openers. So I'm really looking forward to his next bout. We've got Ortega, who is coming off his impressive victory against Korean Zombie. And like the whole feud over the Ultimate Fighter, not Ultimate Warrior. It's just got me pumped for this. You know, like they were like going back and forth and stuff on the Ultimate Fighter, so that was pretty entertaining. So yeah, super looking forward to that one. On that same card, UFC 266, we've got Valentine Chenko versus Lauren Murphy. Chenko is such a boss. Like, she is awesome. I can't wait to see that fight. Obviously, she is the champion of the women's flyweight division. We've got Nick Diaz is back, and he's facing Robbie Lawler. I mean, Robbie Lawler can scrap. Like, these guys both can scrap. Stylistically, awesome fighter. Matchup. We've got Curtis Blades versus Jairzinho Rosenstrok on UFC 266 as well. So we've got the big boys out there. And a women's flyweight fights. Jessica Andrade versus Cynthia Calvillo. But don't forget about Dan Hooker and Nasrat Haqparast. So our Kiwi boy Dan Hooker is back, and I can't wait for him to shut all the haters and doubters up. He's going to really look to make a statement after his loss to Michael Chandler, which in my opinion, that was just a freak thing. Yeah, he got clipped, but anyway, that's for another day. Alright, moving on. So we have Dustin Poirier versus Charles Oliveira. I don't think it's been actually given a date yet. I don't believe. If anyone does know, if there's a date out there, please let me know. But yeah, as this moment as it stands, no date, but I think it's targeted for UFC 269, I do believe, in December. So this one is going to be a killer. So I'm just going to bring up a few stats. So I've got the tail of the tape here. Charles Oliveira, the champion. So he's 31, 5'10", heights, 74-inch reach, record 31 wins, 8 losses, 1 no contest, 9 knockouts. But you can see there that green highlight there, 19 submissions. So this guy has the most submission victories in the UFC. He's been around for a while, but yeah, 19. That's a hell of a lot. TAB New Zealand odds, he's paying $2.23. So he's the underdog in this, and he's the champion. Interesting. On the right, we have Dustin Poirier. He's 32, height 5'9", reach 72-inch. So no biggies there. Record 28 wins, 6 losses, 1 no contest. Pretty similar to Oliveira. Knockouts 14. So that's going to be a bit of a tell on this one. So that's really important to look at that. Submissions 7. So the submissions is a bit of a we're at a bit of an oddball there. Dustin Poirier can definitely get like submissions. Like, he's a black belt, just not as decorated as a black belt as Charles Oliveira. TAB odds, so he's paying $1.60. So he's the clear favorite in this fight. So a lot of people are just, in my opinion, counting Oliveira out in this one. And I don't know, like, I think it's a bit of a mistake. I mean, he struggled early on in his career where he would sort of tap even to strikes, I think. But ever since then, like, he's been on a killer win streak. He's beaten some good names. And just recently, there was Kevin Lee last year. Tony Ferguson, like, he absolutely just like mauled Tony Ferguson, even though Tony Ferguson was on his decline. But I think like the biggest one was against Michael Chandler. Like, I mean, everyone thought that Chandler was just going to smoke him after what happened with the Dan Hooker fight. But I mean, like, Charles Oliveira, man, to his credit, he did so well. He handled the adversity well. I mean, he had Chandler's back. I mean, he couldn't quite get the submission, but I mean, Chandler's a really decorated, strong wrestler. So, but I mean, he got rocked. Like, Oliveira got rocked and withstood all of that. Overcame some heavy, strong adversity from Chandler, and then I mean, like, when he got rocked, he was moving, he was doing everything that he could to not get that fight stopped, and that was the impressive thing for me. And then he came back, he reset into round 2. Chandler basically thought he had it in the bag, and then he got careless, and then he got clipped, and then Oliveira knocked him out. So I was super impressed with that. Dustin Poirier, he's been on a tear. His only loss recently was to the all-time lightweight GOAT, the greatest of all time, in my opinion, Khabib Nurmagomedov. So he lost to him I think it was a rear naked choke in the second round. Yeah, possibly. Or a dart choke, I can't quite remember. But other than that, like, he's been on a tear. He did have a pretty close fight against Dan Hooker, which, going back to the Dan Hooker thing, that's why I think people are underestimating him. You know, Dustin Poirier is a beast, and he had a close fight with Hooker. So, I mean, yeah, and Poirier is coming off 2 wins against Conor McGregor. So, yeah, that's you can see where the odds makers have come from in that one. Poirier has has some pretty decent wrestling, some pretty decent submissions. But I mean, he's a real good boxer. He's a real good striker. He's super fundamentally sound, and he's very, very durable. He'll get better as the fight goes on. But yeah, I just think that people are going to be underestimating Oliveira. They just think that, you know, he's just keeping the belt warm for Poirier. But I think Oliveira has got a lot to that he's going to want to make a statement. You know, people think that he's not the real champion, and he's out there, I think, to really prove all those people wrong, that he's the real champion. And I just think that, yeah, that's gonna play a pivotal role in this. You know, I think Dustin Poirier is going to be super confident coming off his 2 wins against McGregor, and he's going to look a little bit. I think he's going to get a little bit cocky in there, and he'll just look past Oliveira. So, I mean, these are my thoughts. I don't think either guy is really into trash talking, so there's not going to be much of a psychological take on it. Yeah, I'd like to know your thoughts. Let me know if there's anything I've missed or anything. But yeah, strike up a conversation. Don't forget to subscribe and follow Instagram and YouTube, so I can just chuck more of these out. So the more interest we get, the more these videos I'm gonna make. And yeah, have a good day, guys and girls, and cool. See you.